Funtime Foxy is more of the cartoon or clown-like version of the Foxy the Pirate we all know and love. They first appeared in Sister Location and then became a part of Ennard at the end of that game, thus having them reappear as a part of Molten Freddy in FNAF 6 where they're set free. Yeah, it's confusing, and it was just 2 games. They also make an appearance in Ultimate Custom Night, but today we're not talking about the origins, we're talking facts. Science! You may have known these, you may have not, you might see a new perspective, you may just think that I'm crazy. It's all good. Greetings gamers and welcome back to Top 10 Gaming. I'm Connor Monroe and this is the Top 10 Scary FNAF Funtime Foxy Facts. Alright, let's do it. And at 10, Scary Scott. We all know Scott for being scared of Bonnie after and while he was making the first game. He got jump scared during his testing and honestly ended up having nightmares. Weird. Scott will have nightmares about an animatronic bunny and I'll have nightmares about being tortured and feel it in the morning. Anyway, after this we didn't really think about Scott being scared by anyone else. However, as reported by Scott himself in a Steam post, during beta testing for Sister Location, he got jump scared by Funtime Foxy. And while it may not have given him nightmares, we don't really know because he didn't say, he did say that this is the scariest jump scare from any of his games, meaning that according to the creator himself, Funtime Foxy is the scariest animatronic in town, at least by jump scare standards, and that's pretty damn impressive if I do say so myself. And a 9, Voice Mimic. Moving along to Funtime Foxy's actual abilities, as we learned from the FNAF 6 blueprints, Funtime Foxy is able to actually record parents' voices and sync them in order to lure children to their doom. So, does anyone see the problem with this? That's terrifying. Imagine getting lost while camping or something and then Funtime Foxy mimics your parents' voice to call out to you and then it traps you or you're dead. Or think of what it would do to your parents after it recorded their voice. They wouldn't be of use anymore, right? And if anything, they could just counter it like that classic thing of like, oh, you hear your mom call you from downstairs but then you hear your mom call you from the other room upstairs saying that's not me. That would be the scenario if Funtime Foxy didn't kill your parents after he recorded their voices. Actually, this begs the question, are animatronics able to kill adults? And if so, have they? Because I feel like the cops would investigate the deaths of adults less than investigating the deaths of kids. Like, I feel like they would take those murders more seriously than like adult murders. But I mean, I don't know, I'm not a cop. But other than Henry, have any adults been in the series that ended up getting themselves killed by an animatronic? Probably, but how many? And at 8, Nightmare Funtime. FNAF VR is my favorite FNAF game and one that I've played the most. However, the game is damn scary. The pure agony of having to walk through a pitch black Funtime auditorium in virtual reality is one of the worst things that man can experience, and I will forever stand by the fact that VR horror is the worst thing that mankind has created. However, what makes things worse is that for some unexplained reason, when Funtime Foxy jump scares you in their darkroom in FNAF VR, they use the nightmare animatronic jump scare sound instead of the one that they would have used in Sister Location. We don't know why, but apparently it's not an error because Scott hasn't fixed it in an update or something like that. Also, in the Blacklight hard mode version of this level, if you bump into a clone of Funtime Foxy, instead of Foxy jump scaring you, you'll end up getting jump scared by Lolbit, letting me know that Lolbit's in the game. I didn't know this, and that's pretty damn interesting nonetheless. But yeah, I don't know why he uses the nightmare voice. Or sound, whatever. And its 7, Appearance. Funtime Foxy's color scheme is apparently the inverse of Funtime Freddy, but in all honesty, they're just white and pink instead of white and purple. The animatronic is also 5.9 feet tall and over 200 pounds. It's honestly pretty damn terrifying and makes me shudder at the thought of a 6-foot tall animatronic opening its face and staring down at me menacingly and then eating me. Which may sound like a kink thing, but it's not. It's not, I promise. I swear, it's not a kink thing. This damn thing, while not having a very menacing exterior, is certainly going to rustle my jimmies if I ever have to stare it down in a dark alley, or a dense forest after it's murdered my family. And at 6, Blueprints. The blueprints we get for Funtime Foxy differs from the others, and the other is something or someone is being contained, like with Funtime Freddy or Baby. However, Funtime Foxy doesn't seem to have any child stuck inside. Instead, I'm here to talk about the list of special features shown in the bottom right corner. The light activation sensor, which lets Funtime Foxy spot victims in dark areas, perfect for hunting at night. A parental voice sync and replay, allowing for Funtime Foxy to record, synchronize and replay your parent's voice, or the voice of others to lure a victim away from a crowd. A variable scent release like the love potion from Harry Potter, letting the animatronic lure kids away with scents if they couldn't record voices, and a remote floor anchor, which lets out a radio signal for tracking purposes and to anchor victims nearby, whatever that means. and it also helps maintain balance and stability. Physical, not mental. Halfway through into number 5, Mangled. A lot of people seem to think that we have an idea that Funtime Foxy and Mangle are related. If anything, that Funtime Foxy is either a rebuilt version of Mangle, an alternate Mangle model, or that Mangle is a run-down and destroyed Funtime Foxy, since Mangle is taken apart and put back together by children on the regular. This is based on the rosy cheek design of both characters, since there isn't really much to look at other than Mangle's face. Well, in Mangle's sense. Funtime Foxy has more going on, but not Mangle. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, like, it would make some kind of sense, but it would also still be kinda an issue, at least in a timeline sense, at least based on how we currently understand the timeline. But what do you think about this? Do you think that Mangle is just a torn up Funtime Foxy, or do you think that Funtime Foxy is a rebuilt version of Mangle? I mean, maybe it would make sense in a timeline sense. I don't know anymore. I'm confused. I've said sense too much. FNAF has broken my brain. Let's just move on. And at 4, Hanging Out. Was Foxy the one that hung the scientist in sister location? Since at the end of the game, before going to see Baby and ending up in the scooping room, you end up seeing that there are bodies of 2 researchers or scientists or whatever they are hanging from the ceiling like they were in every single thumbnail that had to do with sister location. But that begs the question, did the Funtimes or most of the animatronics who were associated with those sides do the hanging, or were they there the whole time? Or maybe it was Baby? Because it kind of just happened and we didn't really think about it too much because what happened after that? Like, were those guys hanging the whole time? Because I thought this place was abandoned when William was stuck between a wall and a hard place. So where were those scientists? Like, why were they there? Were they hanging there the whole time? We only see them when the light is shined on them, so Foxy could very well have hung them up ages ago. And now it's just like a rotting corpse that somehow stayed together because, you know, FNAF logic. Or the body could be fake. Too bad Foxy isn't Funtime Horsey though. At least then the dude could say he was hung by a horse. And at 3, Soul Sucker. In the original FNAF novels, at the very least, we learned that the Funtime animatronics are actually a combination of the metals from the first 4 victims. The metal that we came to know as Remnant was melted down and turned into the endoskeletons of the Funtimes, but they weren't separated beforehand, so each Funtime animatronic has 4, if not 5 souls inside them from the original missing children. Baby has an additional one at least, thanks to, you know, scooping Elizabeth. The others have Fritz, Jeremy, Susie, Gabriel, and potentially Cassidy, although I'm not too sure on that one. Meaning that this animatronic is more conflicted than my sister. And trust me, she is very conflicted. Well, at least she was. But she definitely still is, and is probably very unstable. She can't accept the fact that One Direction broke up ages ago. It's sad, really. And yes, she's sitting on the couch, looking at me angrily, and now she's making a very rude gesture with her hands. That's not nice, I'm telling Dad. And at 2, Spirit to Speech. Just how any Twitch streamer who enjoys a little chaos has text-to-speech enabled for donations over a specific amount, Afton Robotics has spirit-to-speech enabled for anything over 5 spirits, apparently. Since we didn't hear the original 5 animatronics talk until Ultimate Custom Night, whereas the Funtimes are talking up a storm. Which doesn't really make sense to me because those speech patterns kind of seem reversed. Like, how is it that if they do have the souls of 5 different kids inside them that they're able to speak so well? Like, is one spirit dominant out of the 5? And how does Baby talk? Because she'd have 6 souls, right? And if that's the case, how is ennard unable to talk? At least from what I remember. If ennard was speaking, it was just Baby, or I guess Elizabeth's voice. Either way, Funtime Foxy is chatting up a storm in Ultimate Custom Night, but this more so goes for every Funtime animatronic. It's so backwards and confusing. Shouldn't they be the ones with garbled speech and groaning? I mean, like, I get it, it's for scare factor in the first game, but still, if 1 person equals 1 speech, why is it that 5 people equal 1 speech? Finally, in number 1, Showtime schedule. I don't quite understand the whole showtime mechanic from Ultimate Custom Night, however, I know that it can cause you to lose the night even if you've beaten the game. This is a rare glitch that causes the showtime schedule to run past the end of the night, so over 6 AM. If this happens, you'll end up getting jump scared at the end of the night when it hits 6 AM, which is incredibly rude because I won. I did it. I survived. And you block me? Frickin' rooster blocking piece of crap. Imagine this happening on 50-20 mode. Imagine winning the game on the hardest mode, but Funtime Foxy's like, Nah, man, not gonna happen. How rude do you have to be? And you people thought Foxy was a good guy. Guess again, especially when you figure out that it's like 5 souls combined into one. It's messed up, okay? I'm offended. There we have it, friends, the top 10 scary FNAF Funtime Foxy Facts. What's your favorite thing about Funtime Foxy? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Carmen Rowe. I used the wrong arm, and I'll see you in another video.